Looking for the best rooftop views in Los Angeles? Or maybe you've been searching for a brand new Echo Park home for sale that blends luxury, sustainability, and smart home tech? Well, today's Echo Park home tour has all that and more. This architectural corner end unit not only sits across from iconic Everett Park, but it also features explosive downtown LA views, top of the line designer finishes, and your very own private rooftop deck, perfect for entertaining or just soaking in those legendary LA sunset. All right, so we're in the city of Echo Park, and today we're going to be checking out this new construction townhouse, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,593 square feet of living space with the most incredible views of downtown from your rooftop deck. Now, this complex here has 6 brand new construction units right here. There are only a few left. In fact, actually, we just closed on one recently with one of our YouTube buyers themselves. So I'm very familiar with this community and all the ins and outs. And we're going to get into that during this video. So again, only 6 units here, and so there's not a lot left. And the one we're going to be looking at today is going to be an end unit, so the corner unit with just absolutely spectacular views of downtown Los Angeles. So as I said before, we're in the city of Echo Park. We're very close to downtown Los Angeles. We're only about a half-mile away from Dodger Stadium. Every Friday night, you're about a mile away from the Echo Park Farmers Market. So a lot of great things happening here in Echo Park, a lot of regentrification over the course of the last 10 to 15 years. And so you're seeing a lot of younger people move into this community as well. So look, when it comes to new construction here, especially this close to downtown Los Angeles, you're basically looking at vertical living is what we're calling it, right? Because there's just not the space to build a large planned unit development of houses, which is perfectly fine. And so I think that's really the appeal. You know, if you want to be close to Silver Lake, Chinatown, historic Filipino town, all the major freeways, right? Close to downtown, everything that's going on, this is going to be a great place right here. And, you know, considering the price point here in Echo Park as compared to some of the other areas here in the greater Los Angeles area, this is going to be a lot more affordable, right, than some of those more affluent areas. I'm going to turn around right now, and right now I'm going to be able to show you kind of what it looks like from the street. All right, so this is from the street level right here, and you can just already, we haven't even made it to the rooftop deck yet, and you can already see this incredible view of downtown Los Angeles. Now, what's nice about this is that this actually goes all the way up, not too far, and it wraps around. You have a beautiful park up there. Also, feels very, almost as if you're in San Francisco, to be honest, right there, right? Because you got the hill, you got the park, right? And you know, look, this is what it's going to look like if you're living in Echo Park. All right, now let's kind of come over here, right? So all these townhouses, they are going to have their own private garage, and we'll show you the garage when we get into the unit itself. But again, brand new construction. They're all luxury, brand new construction townhouses, and really excited to bring you the unit we're showing to you today. All right, so from the street level, this is your walkway, and you're going to go up this flight of stairs right here, and immediately you're going to arrive at this end corner unit. And I love the light fixture right here. Look at the gorgeous door they have right here, and that will take you to your middle level where the bedrooms are. So we enter on the second level. The first level is going to be where your garage is. This is going to be where your bedrooms are and your laundry hookups. Right here, you see you have the washer and dryer, stackable units. And then again, this is where you're going to have both bedrooms. And this is the floor that you enter on from the street. Now, obviously, if you come in through the garage, we'll go down there shortly. You will have to be walking up the steps. I will say that, you know, I've come here many times and I've never had an issue finding parking, which is surprising here in Los Angeles. So this is the first bedroom right here. And this is the one closest to the front door. You have that natural light coming in from the exterior. And then Look at your high-end closet doors, your recessed lighting, and these European oak wood floors that you're going to see throughout, right? And so you got this high-end tile. You have your shower enclosure right here, your shower and tub with your hand sprayer, right? And look at the designer tile. All right, this is a great color. I don't know if it shows up 100% on camera. And the reason why I say that is take a look at this, right? This tile color, and see how it's able to contrast nicely the tile that you see here on the flooring itself. So each bedroom has its own private bath, including a floating vanity. All right, so let's go over to the other bedroom. Now, before we do that, right, one of the things that I really wanted to point out here, look at these bespoke custom metal staircase design, right? And you see this a lot more these days in modern homes, and especially if they're trying to give it that classic mid-century look, but also be able to have that modern feel to it as well. All right, so coming over here, now this is a great view, right, of the city from this bedroom, right? And again, because you have all these windows surrounding, right, this room, so you have a lot of natural light coming in, but some great views. And this is the morning sun. We're here in the middle of the day. Now, this is your shower enclosure here. The other one had a shower in tub. This one has a small sitting bench, and we'll open this up for you to get a better look at. You got your, look at that, rain head, shower head, your hand sprayer. And this one, because you have the darker tile down below, look, they go with a more off-white tile in the shower enclosure itself. And then come on over here, you got dual sinks on your floating vanity. And this is the same tile that we saw in the first bathroom as part of the first bedroom. But it's a pretty good size space. Remember, you're looking at 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,593 square feet of living space. All right, so I don't want to spend too much time, but let's go down here, right? We're going to make our way down into the garage. And so give you an idea of what the garage looks like, pretty good size. And then you have your water heater over here, right? And it looked like you could easily have an epoxy finish. Epoxy finish will run you anywhere, depending on the quality of it, about $1,700 to about $3,000 to $4,000, depending on what you do and the size of the garage. All right, so that is your garage. And so now we get to go back up the stairs, and we're gonna pass by the bedrooms again. And now we're gonna make our way up to where the main living area is up here. So this is where you're going to find your kitchen, your living room, and you're going to have a half bath up here. So immediately as you get off the staircase, you can already see the sweeping views of the city right here. And you can imagine what this looks like, especially during twilight and as the lights come on here in downtown and the surrounding areas. So you have this lovely living room right here. And then this is a large, great room that you have. Of course, you have your formal dining area here. This is a pretty good sized table. Look, they have 6 seats on it, right? And so you can see this is a pretty large setup. And then here in your kitchen, right, you have a nice ultra modern kitchen here. The refrigerator is included with the sale. So these countertops, these are Cosentino Porcelain kitchen countertops imported from Spain, right? And there's a ton of different light fixtures, including these right here, here in the kitchen on your island, right? You have that waterfall edge that everybody really likes when it comes to having an island in your kitchen. They have a ton of Pottery Barn and Crate and Barrel light fixtures throughout, right? And, you know, kind of like we saw before in the bathrooms, you have those artisan tiles imported from Italy and Spain. You can see some of them right here along the backsplash in your kitchen. So there's a ton of upgrade, right? And just so many oversized walls of glass throughout with the casement windows, right? We talked about the European oak wood floors earlier, right? And then there's so many state-of-the-art things right here, such as the cutting-edge technological advancements, including smart home remote electronic Yale door lock. You got the LG smart thermostats, right? You got the home is pre-wired for audio and video in all the bedrooms and the main living area, right? So there's just a lot to be able to enjoy in a unit like this. So you actually do have a half bathroom on this level. Here's your floating vanity, very similar to the ones that we saw in the other bathrooms that we've already showcased to you today. So again, look at all the stainless steel appliances. You have your refrigerator, LG, right? You have your freestanding range right here. That is LG. And you got your stainless steel dishwasher as well. And of course, your stainless steel sink basin. Right. One tip, it seems obvious, but I always tell our clients, especially with new construction, when it comes to a stainless steel sink, it's only about $10 to $15 for most sinks. And a lot of times you can find it cheaper than that. Get a grate for your sink to help prevent the scratches on the bottom of your stainless steel sink. Now here you have room for at least 3 chairs right here, and you got your sink over here. So, you know, a lot of times you're cooking when you have the island and you don't have enough space for someone to walk behind you, but here you do. You got all this beautiful cabinetry, and then I like how they were able to kind of two-tone it, right? And a lot of times you see some blue and white, but here, right, you got the white on top, and then you got the ever so light brown, and you got even a lighter brown here on your flooring. So it works. So you're able to have a contrast right here, and take a look at your tile backsplash that we were talking about before, right? So you kind of got that light brown off-white in your tile backsplash, and then on the counter itself, you don't have a ton of, you know, color or crazy veins in it, right? Because you just need something just ever so slightly that you want to contrast, right? Because otherwise, if you have too much color, it's just going to be an eyesore the way this particular kitchen is structured. And of course, you have your recessed lighting above. One last thing I wanted to show to you guys was this. So this is your pantry. You have this beautiful built-in pantry right here. Tons of shelving in here and a lot of storage space. So the fact that you have 1,593 square feet of living space, storage is going to be at a premium, and there's plenty of storage throughout here in this unit. Love the vaulted ceilings as well on this side. And just again, look at all the gorgeous windows here, right? That really brings in that natural light. Hey, Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. Thanks for tuning in for another one of our home tours. Always grateful that taking time out of your day to watch another one of our videos. All right, so if you're looking to buy a home here in the greater Los Angeles area, whether it be downtown Los Angeles, Echo Park, where we're at today, San Fernando Valley, West Side, South Bay, wherever it may be, definitely reach out. And the reason why I say that right now is that you may have a lot of questions. Where's the market heading right now? What does it take to get my offer accepted? What type of concessions can I negotiate with sellers right now? You know, these are all important questions that a lot of our buyers are asking right now to the sellers and themselves. So it's something that we can kind of walk through the process with you and kind of give you a rate and indication depending on the neighborhood that you're looking at. You know, some neighborhoods right now, they're still seeing multiple offers. Others are definitely softening, right? So it just really depends. And so I think for something like this is new construction. So the questions that you have to ask for new construction are definitely different than resale. And, you know, you can definitely reach out and I can just give you 2 or 3 great examples, right? Of maybe just how you handle taxes right at the end of it, right? So a lot of people don't know that many times when it comes to new construction, you as the buyer are responsible to pay the whole year up front. So that's just for starters, right? So if you have questions like that when it comes to new construction as opposed to dealing with resale, it's a little different. But also this builder is also offering some incentives. So if you have any questions about the incentives that they may be offering, reach out to us as well. All right, let's get back to the home tour. Now what you've been waiting for is that rooftop deck. All right, we're gonna wrap around the pantry, and now we're gonna go up to what you've been waiting for. right? This last staircase up here. I can't wait to be able to show you the views of this place. Oh my gosh. So look, easily put in a good sized table up here, right? If it was me, I'd probably have like a small Weber grill, right? Small barbecue up here. But look, easily have enough space to put in a large sofa and chairs. And this, my friends, is what it's all about. Look at that beautiful view. Now, right in front of us, right here, are the solar panels. Remember, when it comes to new construction in the state of California, the builder is required to install solar panels. Now, most of the time when it comes to solar panels, the builder passes that cost on to the buyer, not here, right? So many times you have to pay, anywhere from 10 to 40,000, depending on the size of the house and the builder. But that's not the case here, right? It's included. So in fact, there is nothing really to transfer because it wasn't done through a company like Solar Run or Solar City, right? Which a lot of the builders usually contract with a third party to be able to install it. Here, it's already been done. There's nothing to transfer. It's not going to affect your loan. There's no documents to give the lender. Everything is already been installed for you. You can continue to see how beautiful this view is. Wow. And you can imagine what this place looks like, especially when the lights come on. And again, in that late hours of the day after sunset, this is where you want to be hanging out with your friends and family. So let me know what you would like to do with this type of space. I think this is kind of, when it comes to vertical living, really the quintessential feature, right? Because it's all about being able to enjoy, look, not only just the other levels that you are on, but being able to take in these panoramic views of the city. And then of course, look, you can see here, they didn't do anything cheap. It was very high-end quality stuff. A lot of times on new construction, it's carpet and tile. Not here, right? You can see they have Milgard windows and so many different things. So being able to have your own private rooftop deck, and again, that front-facing, kind of perfectly centered views of downtown LA, and just an amazing, entertaining space, right? So this is what it's all about. You can imagine being up here with friends and family and be able to take this all in. Now, something else I wanted to show you, this seems something minor, but I think it's really big, and that is the fact that this private rooftop deck not only has the views, right, but it's also equipped with pre-plumbed gas water lines. So this is a real incredible value, in my opinion. Just the fact of what you get in this home and what it would cost for you to build something like that here in the city of Los Angeles, this close to downtown Los Angeles. So let me know what you think of this rooftop deck. All right, Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. Let me know what you think of this new construction townhouse, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 1,593 square of living space. Complete luxury, gorgeously remodeled, and what about that rooftop deck with just sweeping views of downtown Los Angeles? That is living in Los Angeles at its finest. All right, so if you want more information on this particular unit or the incentives that the builders offer, we have a relationship with them. We worked with them before. So definitely reach out to us. I can give you more details on that. Now, because we do a lot of new construction and we specialize in that, we're very grateful to have over 230 5-star reviews on Google and Zillow combined. So that speaks for itself. But the reason I bring that up is because a lot of agents are not familiar with and don't prep their clients to what to expect when it comes to new construction. So we like to really handhold, walk our clients through beginning to end the entire process. Now, even though we don't work with the builder, I work for you. You don't have to pay me anything, a penny out of pocket. The builder pays that, but I work for you directly. And so this way you can call me in the evening, in the morning, and everything in between, and kind of work with the lender that you're working with. A lot of times it's the builder's lender, but sometimes it's your own personal lender, and kind of work together as a team to make sure everything goes smoothly for you. And there's a lot of things, like I said before, that a lot lot of buyers just don't think about when it comes to new construction. And then, you know, at the end, a lot of times they end up being really surprised because no one really told them about that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Always here, just like I always say a million times, just to answer any questions you might have. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this new construction home tour, and we'll see you on the next one.